but things are looking up.
I'm just glad you're taking a moment for yourselves. Savor it.
Oh, we will. Planning our first vacation in, what, 7 years?
At least. The ward has very strict rules for interacting with the rest of the world. But we could use a few days away.
So, any lingering reservations about our new friend here, Dagda? Last-minute notes?
That twinkle in your eye. For what starless purpose would you ask such a question?
Oh, just stoking the forge. As always, you're so above it all.
Good of you to notice. I am grateful you gave me a chance to adjust. Much has changed, and quickly. It can be jarring for the eldest of us.
My history with immortal entities has been mixed. Here's hoping this whole Wayfinder thing is a good change.
If the heroes of this age are even half your measure,
then they will be very short.
The court may even call on others in time. It may be inevitable.
Dagda.
I owe it to Maban to try.
Thank you for the drops. You're very welcome, Zelos.
A well-fought victory, Wayfinder.
Impressive indeed. And you didn't even bend those magnificent ears.
Speaking frankly, I agreed with Iskarin initially. You were too unpredictable a variable. I am rarely proven wrong.
I'm glad I proved trustworthy. So what's next, then?
There's still much to rebuild. Physically and emotionally. I think I'll plan a memorial for Maban.
He would appreciate that, my friend. I'll be restoring Omnitas's defenses.
I wonder what this guy's history is. Galrath the Undying. Like, I mean, I'm guessing he's undead. But is it like from the Joko era or before that? He's a Guild Wars 1 character? Oh shoot, really? I don't know him. Okay.
Wayfinder! Oh, come! Glade speaks for us both, and it's especially good to see you. When Skrit woke up, the sky was red. Cryptus were... Well, Urchik should have known that the commander would prevail.
You really can drop the commander now, you know, Urchik.
Skrit will always honor the commander's legacy, even if they've begun a new one, or are about to begin another.
I guess I can't leave my past behind, but that's a much more complicated conversation. It was an honor fighting with you both.
The honor was, and is, ours.
There was a quest to go find him and he was trying to get into a tower back in Guild Wars 1. Was he alive in Guild Wars 1 or was he already undead at that time?
Sit still and this will go faster. If
He was
Arena were
alive?
here, you know
Okay.
what she'd say.
Don't look at me. She already pinned me down to siphon away my blood for testing.
I am simply making sure that you are both at optimum health.
Don't let me interrupt.
Please, interrupt.
Not at all. You're next.
I'm sure the Wayfinder has places to be.
Behave. You're supposed to be a leader, Warden.
We've a moment to celebrate. Even you deserve to breathe a little for keeping us all in one piece.
Though, I could use a salve or two. That last battle reminded me that I am indeed no longer a student of the colleges.
Oh, I have something.
Rest, Wayfinder. I'm sure this calm is only temporary. When the sun rises, it'll be another day. It's only a matter of time before we need to tell the rest of the world what happened here. So, kick your boots off.
I suppose we're going to have to tell them one way or another, in case it happens again.
For now, let yourself refuel. When I was a shaman...
Go, quickly, or he'll bore you to death with a monologue about the time he drank soured ale and saw Nut's face on every...
It's a good story.
Who am I to distract from the doctor's orders anyway? Narcisse, have at him.
Oh. Wait, what? Is that above me? I'm worried this portal leads outside. I hope it doesn't. Please just go upstairs. Okay. Oh, she's here now. Hey, you stole my phone!
Here's your comms device.
Thank you.
You two have a good chat.
Yeah, Timey's great. Had a lot to say. Oh, she's grown up so much. Everyone is doing fine, huh? My mentee, helping to solve a national power crisis.
Oh,
you okay?
Okay, no.
Yeah, I am. I'm fine. I told her that I'm on my own adventure too, just like she is. She wanted details, of course, and I didn't offer much. I told her that I'm happy, though.
Was that enough for her?
Of course it wasn't, but she understands. She's off on a new journey, too. Everything is going to change again. But I think I'm okay with that. It doesn't mean I won't see them.
I'll be there to help you put names to faces.
Probably gonna need that. Command... Wayfinder? Thank you for being you. You've been through a lot. Just reflects on the good you've done.
Aw. Interesting. So in the future, there might be a much more powerful Zoja with amnesia. Very interesting. I'm just imagining Timey like, Zoja, it's so good to see you, and Zoja looking like a StarCraft Protoss Archon. Like, who are you? it's like, what? Leave the area when you're ready. Shoot, I guess that's it. How? I think I need to go downstairs. Mux viewers 400, Chips viewers 7,000. That's why he has a camera, y'all. Wait, what? Friggin' Largos? Hi. What is this? Rift Hunter headgear.
Now, this is a find.
Story complete. Is that it? Is that it? Did we finish? I think we finished. Oh my goodness. That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Oh my gosh, that's hideous. That's it! That's it, chat. We have done all of the secrets of the obscure base story, it seems. Map completion unlocks the start of the new Leggy armor. There's one more dialogue in the open world. Well, let's take a look. Is that a player? Oh, here we are. E-Park.
I thought I felt something's different. It's fascinating. What you smell like. What you feel like.
Wait, what?
I'd hoped that Ceres was a smarter warrior than his brother, but I've been wrong before. I'll admit that. You, though, not only do you remind me of the seer, but your fear tastes like his. Ava has impressed me, but
Okay. So, great. Now the, okay, Satan has my brain on speed dial. Fantastic. That's wonderful. All right. Well, I'll need to learn more about how the meta works, but we have done the full story of Secrets of the Obscure's base game as of now. It was a cool ride. It was a cool ride. Let's do a little review. Let's do a little review for the YouTube. So this is the first time Guild Wars 2 has done a mini expansion. This is their first one. It only had 2 maps at launch. I mean, sort of 3 if you count the Wizard's Tower. It's kind of just like a town and 2 maps. No spoilers, please. I will try to be vague. There's people in my chat that haven't played through it, so I'll give vague critique. Definitely felt that same frustration in Heart of Thorns, where like I got to a certain point of the story and I had to just like hit the brakes and full stop to grind mastery points. It doesn't feel good. Now it's a one-time thing. You do it once and you literally never have to do that again for your, any of your characters because it's a mastery. It was annoying, just having to like full stop the story when I was like so into it and then just go grind XP for like 2 hours. I probably could have gotten by without doing that by finding just the right way up certain hills and stuff, but it was certainly kind of annoying. Also, doing rifts in Amnetis, I really didn't have a good time with that because like it's such a large zone. There's so many times I was tracking a rift and I would run there and it would be dead before I got there. And then I would start tracking another. I have to go to the other end of the zone, and it would be dead before I got there. And that repeatedly happened. I'm talking. You need to stop talking. So that was annoying. However, the Rift thing in general is pretty fun. I do like the Rift thing in the general sense. The scaling feels off. Like the tier 1s, even if you've got 1 person or 10 people there, it's just like ping and it's dead. And if you do a tier 2 though, the boss does 1 AoE and then everyone dies. And it's like, wow. So the tier 1s are way too easy. The tier 2 ones, they're probably fine. People just need to learn mechanics. I'm not saying to nerf the tier 2s. I'm just saying it's a huge jump. It's a very, very huge jump. So that's pretty major. As far as the story goes, I admit when I first found out that the first zone had like, because they showed this in the trailers, for anyone going la 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 spoilers, they showed in the trailers like a piece of Cantha, a piece of Path of Fire with Balthazar's sword, a piece of the Kessex Hills, and just like chunks of different things we already knew were in front of us. And I was just like, this is like recycling content. That's what I was thinking, I admit that. However, when I saw how they did it, I liked it. It was pretty neat. I do like what they did. Their like the reasoning was sound. Like the story writing was good enough that it justified those things. And it wasn't just recycling stuff. It was like they recycled a name of a location, but then they completely made it like a whole new thing. So it was pretty cool. I did like that. Yeah, that was awesome. There was the launch, very smooth. The launch happened, restarted my game. A few hours later, there was a problem that came up that we were all calling the DMV glitch, where only 1 person could talk to a quest NPC at a time, so it formed a huge line of players waiting to talk to the NPC and screaming, "Don't cut in line," and we were calling it the DMV. It was very annoying, but in like 2 or 3 hours after launch, a hotfix happened and they fixed it. So, at the time, I was just like pulling my hair out. I hated it, but looking back on it, good job on them. Hey, I got to give props to their devs. In a few hours, they fixed that really fast. That was awesome. Good job on them. Props to ArenaNet for taking care of that so quickly, because that was the most annoying part of the entire thing. The story was good. The writing was good. The zones were cool. The geography. Again, Amnetis is kind of annoying. It's probably going to be a lot less so once I've got access to the leyline gliding. I've got updraft flying. I don't have leyline flying yet. Once I get access to that, it's probably going to be a whole lot less annoying. Let's see. Definitely some mechanics I still don't get. Like, for example, we've been trained for years. If you see a green circle, stand in it. But now there's this one thing, on one of the rift fights where there's 3 green circles appear around 3 people. And sometimes I've seen a whole bunch of people pile into them. Sometimes I've seen them stack the circles up. And it seems like sometimes they don't kill us and other times they kill everyone. And I have no idea what the rhyme or reason is. Even with the fact that I've done every encounter in the game, I don't know what is going on there. Maybe someone will figure out. Maybe it's like challenge mode Etherblade Hideout, where you have to have exactly 3 people in each circle. I have no freaking idea. But every time I've done a tier 2 rift so far, which is like 3 or 4 times, the triple green circle thing happens. I see people try different things, and we all die. I'm not really sure what's going on there. So there's a few mechanics that are kind of unclear. But it's not a huge thing. I'm just thinking out loud right now. What do I think of the expansion as a whole? Does anyone remember, let's see, how much was GW2 End of Dragons at launch? Was it 30 bucks? It was 30 bucks. So this is a mini expansion. And let's see, End of Dragons at launch did it have 4 zones? It had 4 zones. So it had 4 full zones. And it was... Oh, nice. They added a thing here for Horn of Maguma. It was 4 zones, and it was $30. This one has 2... And it also had the elite specs. This was 2 zones, and it was $25. Now, I'm trying to think... If we're doing price comparison, that definitely feels like we either got a lot of bang for our buck, and we got End of Dragons really cheap, or it feels like Soto was a bit overpriced. I'm not sure about that. Now, I do this for a living. I have no problem spending 25 bucks on this. I bought my son a copy too. We bought a bunch for giveaway today. No problem with that. I'm just talking in general sense. If we're going to be getting these expansions like way more frequently, that is something I think about. If we're going to be like buying an expansion every 6 months to a year, the price is something to think about. So this one, I believe it starts with 2 zones. They're going to add a 3rd or a 4th one, and it does not have elite specs in it, which that's a big thing for me. However, we are getting all the new weapons in a couple of months, so that kind of offsets the fact that we're not getting new elite specs. Before it was $30 every few years, now it's a yearly $25. Yeah, and again, $25 a year is still, that's not even that bad. That's not even that bad. That doesn't really bother me. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just spewing everything coming to my brain. I love you, Buck, and I love you, Random Citizen. Annual expansions with 2 map as standard with the promise of more later in the year makes me feel like the 25 is a touch high. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like, if we're like EOD was 30 and this is 25, and we're just comparing EOD at launch to this at launch, it feels like this is priced a little high if it's a 1-to-1 comparison. That said, I love the game. I enjoyed what I played today. I would still pay that, but it does feel like if you're just talking about like fairness, it doesn't seem like even 1-to-1. I'm trying to think, is there anything else to say? The fights were fun, the music was great, the voice actors did a good job. I loved Ritchik and Gladius. I still like Zoja. She was definitely a very different character. Like before she was like always angry, and she even mentioned that, and now she was like, you know, like she'd been beaten down so many times. Like, keep in mind when we met her the first time, her teacher Snaff had just died. And she just went through a whole bunch of more trauma now. So she's gotten like the 1-2 trauma punch over time. Keep in mind there are 2 more releases with other maps. Yes, there are. Yeah, there are. I think I have it. Let me see. Oh, I've still got the blog post that they posted today. Final update 1, the final map is introduced. So there will be 1 more map. But then update 2, the final map is extended, and update 3, the final map is completed. So I am presuming, for those who don't know, when Biora Marches came out, it was first there was this half, then later they released this half. Same with Drizzlewood Coast. First it was the south half, then later they released the north half. So I'm guessing this final map thing's gonna be like that. I pray it's not like the tunnel. You know, y'all having all of this and then later getting this. I was like, what? I hope it's not like the tunnel. I hope it's like, you know, Drizzlewood or like, you know, Biora or something like that. Yeah, so anyway, that's my thoughts on that. So, and we still have, what are some of the other goodies that we still have to look forward to? The story will continue and through more updates, final map, and then 2 extensions to it. I haven't even tried the strikes yet. There's the fractals, new weapon proficiency for every profession. There's the masteries getting some updates. Wizard refresh, the Wizard Vault refreshing. The legendary armor sets coming out. Additional expansion relics. Legendary relics later on. Honestly, oh god, the relic thing. The fact that they took something that was on... I gotta say, so far... And, you know, I may change my opinion later on. So far, I don't like relics. They took something that was on runes. So let's say I'm going to just round numbers. Let's say we had 100 runes, and they took off the 6-piece bonus on 100 of them. Then they turned like 40 of them into relics and threw the other 60 away. And then those relics are here, and there are some new ones too, but many of the relics don't even have like very good information on them. Do I still have any relic boxes, or did I open them all? Relic container conditions. All right, preview. Let's see. Chill nearby enemies after executing a shout skill. What is the range on this? It doesn't have a range on it. It doesn't have the duration of the chill. It doesn't have the range of the chill. It doesn't have the cooldown of this. Does it have no cooldown? I would assume no cooldown when I look at it. Like, there's so many of these have so little information. So, and then on top of that, the fact that I was one of the people that already had legendary runes, I feel like I lost a feature I already had. And they gave us this very cryptic, you know, poor tooltip thing with half the features gone. So in the future, it might be cool because, you know, there would be more customization. You could take one 6-piece bonus, combine it with a different one set of runes, and combine it with what was a different 6-piece bonus. That could be cool in the future, and it's easier for them now to add more relics. But right now, at this time, I'm not a fan. I very much feel like I lost more than I gained. And what I gained is very cryptic, and I'm going to have to do a bunch of testing to figure it out because the tooltips are quite poor. So that's kind of a bummer. But that's, wait, what's going on here? The red exclamation point, that's a good change. The red exclamation point telling me that I don't have a sigil in this weapon. I forgot about that, I didn't realize. So there's the relics are out, that's pretty cool. The strike missions, I haven't tried the strikes, so I'm not going to say anything about the strikes yet because I haven't tried them. Yeah, okay, I think I about covered everything. The new Weapon Master thing is pretty neat, where you can use your other elite specs. Like, all today I was playing a Condi Druid of the Soul Beast Dagger. It was kind of fun. I don't know if I'll keep doing it, but it is kind of fun. For some classes, it's much more major. Like, the Hollowsmith using a Scrapper Hammer is probably going to be terrifying. There's a lot of other combos that are just absolutely disgusting. I know during the beta test, the Willbender with the Dragon Hunter Longbow was absolutely terrifying. It made me want to quit PvP. It was so overpowered. So I don't know if we're going to be seeing more of that. And there's a new way to get the Sky Skill. I don't know. God, I'm wondering if I wanted to make a guide for the new Sky Scale method. Oh god, these guys are here. I wanted to make a guide on the new Sky Scale method, but I think I might have to get an account that doesn't have it to be able to see it. Because I can't even see it right now. Weaver Warhorn is a thing now? Yes, it is. Thank you, I just got my last drop. You're very welcome, you're welcome. Can you please go over the Blish modules that you have now? The main one, let me turn this down. The music is kind of bothering me at the moment. The Blish modules I'm using now, by the way, actually, hold on. Let me just say really quick to tie it off. So yeah, that is the end of the Soto story. Until the next update.